Plans to play Hades, indeed, yes. I am really hyped to play Hades. Let's just make that a little louder. There we go. Whoa. Is that some ceiling I see as well? There we go. Good, good. I am back. It is Hades 1.0. 1.0. You saw the new ending. You won't spoil anything unless you've seen it already. No, I have not seen. I've not seen anything at all. All I've done is I noticed the 1.0 launch, and I've looked at the patch notes, and I've made some notes, which we'll go through quickly. But I'm really high. I have some theories on what it might be, but I can honestly say I can't really imagine where they're going to take it. It'll be really interesting. I really can't wait. I hope to see it, and I'm trying to think of what the best weapon would be to do our first true ending run on, and I'm thinking maybe the bow. That might be the thing. You haven't seen the 2 new gods? I read there was 2 new, because there's 2 new keepsakes here from 2 new gods, but it doesn't say in the patch notes what they are. So I don't know. Oh, gun, yeah, maybe gun. I don't know, because let's do the patch notes. Let's do the patch notes, because what I read is that the bow has been primarily quite buffed, so it might be worthwhile trying out the bow. You do with the gun when you wanted to kill Hades. Yeah, so yeah, right. So let's go. So I made these, the notes on the left are mine, and then that over there is where I got them from. I got them from the official website, Supergiant Games one. So I read all this, and I kind of summarized it to my own notes. Mainly because I don't understand everything in the patch notes themselves. So I don't know, but we've got the new true ending. So I have no idea what that's going to be. There's apparently a new hidden aspect for fists. I have no idea what that means. Because it says you need the Guan Yu fist aspect first. I don't know what that means. There's more cosmetics, new 2 keepsakes, so 2 new gods from the true ending. I don't know what they are. And it says there's extreme measures for the final boss. I think the way it sounds, there's like a new 4th aspect. So you get the hidden aspect, and then there's another hidden aspect with the fists. I'm not sure, because I haven't actually unlocked any hidden aspects yet, so I don't know what that means. But yeah, extreme measures. So the way it describes it is that there's a new brutal variant of the final boss. So I assume this means that it's the skull thing, maybe. Extreme measures of difficulty. The boss is like fighting 3 systems. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's that they've added more to the final boss, whatever the final boss is, or at least there is a final boss aspect to it. Anyway, more music, new artwork, more narrative. I read in the patch notes that there's like loads more narrative. So there's tons of new stuff, new narrative we can unlock, loads more. And it was also, you can now enter the locked chamber house in the House of Hades, and I'm sure we unlocked that. Wasn't that the workplace? Was there another place that was locked? Was it the chamber that was off to the right of it? That might be it. Oh, Hades chambers, maybe, yeah. Could be. But that's now open in certain way. I don't know, we may have to unlock it. There's cloud saves. This is funny because in the patch notes it says cloud saves are available, but only for the game on Epic Game Store, which is kind of frustrating. I don't know whether they're going to develop that later. Perhaps, I don't know. Kind of sad. You noted watching Dave play every weekend. His playstyle is basically different in two ways. Dave is more cautious and therefore wins more often to choosing things like max P early. Everybody casts and calls often, and it really threw you off for a bit because I thought there were new attacks. Yeah, I don't call enough. I think it's mainly I forget what button I've put onto call, so I rarely use call unless I'm struggling, and we all know why I don't use cast. Obviously, yeah. So there's new hints for unlocking the weapon artifacts as well for the first time. So the way I imagine this will be, you know, when we were hovering over the final aspects of certain weapons, it wouldn't say exactly how you're supposed to unlock it, but apparently now there's going to be hints as if you're unlocking it for the first time. And you can now select the mouse wheel for remapping controls. Apparently you couldn't do that anymore. We've got the achievement unlock. So achievements are now a thing, which is cool. I imagine when we load into the game, we'll get a lot of achievements just from the progress we've already got. Most people cast off cooldown. You have a solution. Okay. There was also possible refund from the mirror due to adjusted cost. So they've made stuff cheaper. They've also increased the cost of some stuff. But it's likely we'll probably see a refund from the mirror when we log in. Only take Dionysus's cast, the frog, because it's super useful. It has a large area and highly visible cloud disappears when you feel in your visual cast that again. I'm thinking maybe along with that confusion, maybe we remap cast to something else. Like a different button that might be more useful. I don't know. It's worth maybe. We'll have a look. Yeah, so bow buff. More attack and special damage. And reduced recovery time. So, oh god, there's a wasp. Oh, it's gone. A wasp keeps flying into this room, like every so often when I'm working, and it just goes. I swear it's trolling me. Yeah, so I should probably, there you go. More special damage, reduced recovery time. So that means less time casting. So you'll get more damage and less. This is why, basically, why I want to play the bow. Fists have less attack speed. Now, the way it read was there was a bug or something with the attack speed was only affecting the first hit of the fists or something like that. But they've reduced the fist's attack speed. Yeah, this is what I mentioned to you, Fairby. The gun is easier to manually reload with the Hiester aspect. I don't know what that is. Oh right, okay. Well, that's what it says. I don't know the names very well. This is what I mean. I read the official patch notes and I basically just summarized them to what I understand. Fiesta. I don't know. Fiesta. Maybe I spelt it wrong. Hestia. Oh, there you go. I spell it wrong. Yeah, there you go. Easier to manually reload after firing. So the way I think that is going to be more like you'll shoot a couple of times and then you can reload pretty quickly rather than waiting to the end of the clip. But yeah, I spelled that wrong. Fiesta. Fiesta. So these are the... Did I spell it wrong again? Hestia. There you go. Oh, really? Okay. If it is that one, that's pretty cool. So these are the ability changes. So Zeus's aid has had damage reduced, which isn't great because I liked that one. That was pretty OP, but Poseidon treasure now scales with rarity. So that's the one where you get a certain range of resources if you choose it. Ares blade dash has more damage but less speed. Artemis dash reduced in scaling with rarity. I think we used Artemis dash maybe a couple of times. I think it's called like Hunter's dash or something. So it won't get as powerful as it used to with the scaling of rarity for the ability. It means you can reload quickly and use a full clip before the weapon, the buff wears off. Yes, exactly. I think so. Demeter's aid has also reduced scaling from POMs. These are the Daedalus upgrades. So the blade attack wave, I think that's the one where if you do the normal attack, it'll do a wave rather than a like normal chop. I think it's a swing actually, isn't it? It does an overhead one. That's increase has been the damage has been increased. I don't know what the perfect shot is for the bow. I don't remember that. But that's have increased damage. Charged volley, I don't remember that one either as well. That's also had increased damage. Bow is getting a lot of buffs here. Very surprising, but I haven't seen anything negative about the bow, but it feels like they've increased its utility somewhat, quite a lot. Yeah, this is what I didn't understand as well. Gun hazard bomb. So the one where you're I think the hazard bomb was the one where it damages you, I think. I can't remember, but it's got increased damage, which I think it might hurt you as well more, so it might be more dangerous where it damages you. Okay. You did mention the bow. It felt like the hardest to start with. Yes, exactly. So the way I imagine they've done it is that they've made it more viable early game, and perhaps the Artemis dash scaling, I don't know, maybe the other scaling reduces its like OPness late game. I don't know. The main fact they've increased the where does it say that? Yeah, they increased the special damage. Special damage is exactly what I was using for the bow build, essentially. Someone was using the rocket bomb upgrade on the run, turned into a quick firing special. It was basically a rocket launcher. Interesting. I think we'll have to play with the gun a bit more. Where were we? Yeah, so the bow's getting 2 Daedalus upgrades are getting increased, and that one we've mentioned that. Foes, may as well put this over here, right? Foes are getting increased falling rubble damage. I never used this this kind of aspect where you damage the pillars and stuff, and the rubble falls on them. I used it without thinking. I think it was I was thinking like mainly it may have been that it was not effective enough for me to even notice. Like maybe this increase might make it more viable for me in my playstyle. I don't know. Increased darkness from Sisyphus. Nah. Worth noting at least. Deflected damage reduction. This one's kind of sad. So when you deflect stuff, it's going to damage people less. So for example, I really enjoyed deflecting the big ball of goop that the witches fire at you. And if that's going to damage them less, it's kind of sad. And yeah, they've nerfed Tisiphone. One fewer phase though. I think that's the only change to Tisiphone. Also, she's got didn't they oh no when I read this I read this one as it said one fewer phases. And I read it as phrases, so I thought they were removing some narrative from her. Like when LOS enemies charge at you, you go around the pillar to dodge the attacks, the rubble fall down on them. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, like the chariots. Deflect wasn't as strong, but the traps seemed to do the same damage. When reflected. True. Yeah, exactly. It's confusion. Yeah, harder than the other sisters, but not impossible. No, I know, but this might make it less of an annoying encounter. I don't know. But Tisiphone has one fewer phases. This is interesting as well. The Theseus encounter now will, you know, at the end when he gets empowered by a god, his spear will now get empowered by that god's ability, which it didn't do before. I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds like it might get a bit harder. I'm not sure. She seems the same. It could be. The thing that worries me is all these changes. Like, we've played the game for like 50 hours now. All these changes might not have that much change to the run because we've got so many unlocks. Like, Tisiphone might feel the same, but mainly because we've played the game for so long on early access. And I don't know. It might be, it might not be. We'll see. Theseus and the Minotaur also have a new tag team maneuver. Have I spelt maneuver wrong? No, it's not in the dictionary. So we'll see what that is. It sounds quite like a lot of fun. That's honestly how it felt. It was the same game with a true ending. I'm thinking that's probably the kind of downside to playing a game in early access, was that you might not get the true experience of somebody picking the game up now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost an argument for starting a new save. Instead of a 3 Invuin, only have 2 and the room shrinking, so this is 1 shrink. Their attacks ramp up. Still lots of things for you to unlock. True. And I'm still scratching the surface. Mirror changes. I don't remember what these exactly mean. But we've got thick skin increased cost, privileged status increased cost. Don't remember which one I use. I don't remember the names at all. Fated authority has a reduced cost, and fated persuasion. Now, fated persuasion, I think I remember. Was that the really expensive one? The one with a coin? Oh, invulnerability. Okay. Invuln. Right, okay. Invuln. Persuasions was the reroll. Oh, okay. That's cool then, because I was saving for the second coin for that one. 5,000 to 2,000. Jeez. Okay, cool. Extreme measures. I don't remember which one that is, but it has a 3rd rank now. I'm not skilled enough to know exactly how many skulls it is on max, but it has a new 3rd rank. Contractor now has a boon list, which I thought was confusing because it will list all the